for them in the Central Region. Last year they overcame Delhi Public International in the finals of the region, a game which was played at Entebbe Cricket Oval, and they went to the nationals as champions, but just managed to settle for the plate. Of course, last year's edition was played in such a format that there was a main trophy and another trophy, and eventually Shree Sahajanand overcoming Wudo in that final of the plate final to make sure that they walked away something from the nationals. Action happening across other grounds as well. St. John Secondary School taking on Nyakashura School. Nyakashura School, the champions and the hosts from the Western region. Kira College Boutique taking on Gulu High. Masaka Secondary School, on the other hand, are taking on Good Heart Secondary School. Good Heart located in Bugembe. Back to our game, the two umpires standing in this one. Joseph Joma Biarhanga alongside the Abalo Jeremy. One born and bred from Jinja, Joseph Abalo, son of the soil, down from Gulu. Joseph previously playing for the Uganda under-19. In 2015 traveled with the team to Malaysia. This time around coming back to give back to the game. Sorry, that's Okse Saddam Oyaga, also former player of the under-19 from Jinja City. Tries to work that away but just misses it completely. That rattles the body. Putting on some sorts of a positive good body language there is Shree Sahajanand. Just a client on the umpires in the game. Okse Saddam Oyaga alongside Abalo Jeremy. Second ball of the over. This time round, that's hit in the slot. Play towards the cow corner area at the boundary there for Rwenzori High School. Good pick-up shot there from the batter. Just manages to pick up the length. A bit bold close to the body, and the batter obliges it. Sends it away for a boundary. The first one in the game. What a stroke there from the batter. Shree Sahajanand winning the toss in this game, saying the pitch is a bit damp. They opted to bowl first. This time round he tries to go for a booming drive but misses the length completely. Shouts of LBW by the umpire Jeremy Abalo. Doesn't look to be interested whatsoever. A tournament sponsored by Batibo Uganda, Cricket Uganda, and Harris International under their brand of Skyview, making sure that the boys come down in Fort Portal City, the tourism city, just to play and enjoy a good time around here. Of course, a bit of an increase there on the sponsorship package from the sponsors of Harris International. Kudos to them. Just an update from some of the games that are happening at Nyakashura 2, which is actually close from where this game is broadcasting from. This game is at Nyakashura Main. A game is happening there between Kira College Boutique and Gulu High School. And after 3.3 overs, Kira College Boutique is 10 for 3. Gulu High School won the toss and elected to bowl first. In the other games, Masaka Secondary School is taking on Good Heart Secondary School. Masaka Secondary School won the toss and elected to bat first, and 26 for 1 is the score down at Kanoni Apollo 1 playground. These grounds just around and close to each other here in Fort Portal City. This is the annual Boys Schools Cricket Week Tournament, where teams just come together, try and make sure that they play. That is picked up, but there is a fielder down in the deep. Good work there done to try and make sure that he saves that one from running away. This tournament was first played in 1986, and it was won by Busoga College Mwiri in that year. Busoga College Mwiri are record champions, winning this tournament 19 times. But the two consecutive editions that have been held in Jinja have both been won by Jinja Secondary School. And with the Jinja Secondary School losing about 6 players in a sort of a rebuilding phase there. Coach Habib Mugalula's boys, they did win the region trophy this year, losing out to Mwiri, to Busoga College Mwiri. But they should be looking at adding another trophy there in the cabin. Also, other contenders in this tournament, Nyakashura School. Last year they went as far as the semi-finals. About 2 years ago, they were in the finals, but didn't manage to win it. Should be another team to look out for, but Shree Sahajanand, another team. The team looks to be in a very good fine shape, looking at the way they are playing in the central region, putting up a bit of a show and making sure that they beat everyone who came their way. That is edged, runs down to the third man boundary. Good work there by the fielder, trying to make sure that he stops that one from running away and keep Shree Sahajanand closing things. Shree Sahajanand won the toss and opted to bowl fast in this game, considering the conditions. Another wicket there falls. Shree Sahajanand pick up their second wicket. Not very loud celebration is there from them, but happy that they have something. In the other games that are happening at St. Leo's Sports Ground at St. Leo's Chegobe, King's College Budo is taking on St. James Secondary School. King's College Budo qualifying as the 5th team from the Central Region, taking on St. James in that exciting game. St. James won the toss and opted to bowl first. No ball has been bowled yet from there. Shilok Dalwadi with 2 wickets already in the game, an economy rate of 1.33. So four bowled 1.3 overs, picked up 2 wickets and given away just 2 runs. Divya Valani, who bowled the previous over, is only bowled 1 over and given away 5 runs. Of course, conceding a boundary in that over. Seven for 2 is where Rwenzori High School stand at this moment in the game. Shree Sahajanand putting up a fight, trying and make sure that they don't give anything away. Raymond Bwambale is the new batter in. Left-handed, but starts by running away from that one. Very, very risky. You could easily be bowled behind if you adjust by just moving away. Not a very good over there from Shlok. You're just from picking up a wicket. Well, stump to stump. Back whites there for him. Rwenzori High School, the debutants in the Nationals, will be very happy that they are now getting some free runs on board there. Shlok Dalwadi, his first over went for just 1 run. But he's turned out to be a bit expensive in this one. This time around he gets his line and length right. This game broadcasting here from Nyakashura School Ground. A bit full left-handed type of a shot, but missed completely. Well, that runs to the pads, but not out is the call there from the umpire, Saddam Oyaga. And that marks the end of the 3rd over. Score stands at 9 for 2 after 3 overs. Divya Valani comes back to bowl. Due to a delayed start, this match has been reduced to 16 overs aside. A bit of a damp surface and 8 overs lost in the match. 4 per innings. Divya Valani now to Bwambale Raymond. That's a bit full. Played down the ground, but there is protection at deep mid-wicket. Good pick up and good throw there. Making themselves very, very active to try and make sure that they don't give away easy runs. Shree Sahajanand have won this trophy in the Central Region back times. Should be looking at putting up a much better performance. Of course, Shree Sahajanand played in the Cricket Week qualifiers for their very first time last year, managing to win the trophy on their first attempt and winning the plate at the finals. And yes, this is their 2nd appearance. Doing a lot of good work there. Suleiman Mwebaze, a player for Nairo Cricket Club, formerly at Busoga College Mwiri, down in the years of 2016, 17, 18. He has a Nationals trophy at his back there from the times he was at Busoga College Mwiri, being helped by Ochaya Jaffa. Ochaya Jaffa, one of the players who played for the under-19, but now doing a lot of good work to try and coach at Shree Sahajanand. That's played down the ground. 2 fielders running around it, and that's brilliantly stopped. Good work there being done by Shree Sahajanand. The outfield looking a bit electric. The balls are moving quite fast here. You would not want to be sloppy because you could easily give away free runs. Mumbere Newton and Raymond Bwambale are the batters in there. Well, that is played down to the longer on, but there is a fielder there. Good pick up and good hand in. Just 1 run taken. You'd feel that Bwambale Raymond and Newton Mumbere not quick between the wickets. they had a chance of picking up a double. Divya back again. This time round, that's full and played up in the air. Should go past the fielder at a long off. Down for the boundary. Good stroke there from Bwambale Raymond. A good pickup shot there from Bwambale. Just manages to get it past the fielder, who was standing at towards the 45 yards mark. And that goes away for a boundary. Beautifully played there. But there is protection. They are running very quick. And they just pick up a double. Showing some bit of aggression there is the batter. And Devansh Patel, son to Ritesh Patel, a player for the Uganda under-19, just walking in quickly, try and make sure that he talks to the bowler Divya, try and make sure that he organizes his line and length. You don't want to give away so many easy runs. Of course, the plan very simple there for Shree. The same round, that's played up. Beats the fielder. Not the best of techniques. Runs in very quickly but misses it completely. And that run is away for a boundary. Showing some bit of aggression here at the moment and putting some excitement. His teammates love it. They're giving him the chance as he goes in for those powerful strokes. The teams here at the Nationals placed in two groups. Group A and Group B. Group A has Jinja SS, Shree Sahajanand, Kira College Butiki, Masaka SS, Gulu High School, St. John High School Kauga, Goodhart SS, Ntare School, and Rwenzori High School. Group B, Usoga College Mwiri, St. John Secondary School Mukono, King's College Budo, Masindi Secondary School, Aga Khan High School, St. James SS, Nyakasura School, and St. Joseph's College Laibi. You can quickly rush to our comment section and tell us which one is the group of danger and who is likely to win this championship. We'll be looking through our comments. Try and make sure that you read those comments and make sure that you don't get off the Cricket Uganda live stream page, because we'll be bringing some bit of action there live at the comfort from wherever you are. Try and make sure that you could quickly enjoy these runs. There is a bowling change there for Shree Sahajanand. New bowler there starts with a good one. Just a bit of a yorker down to the pads. Second ball of the over, but this time round the length missed completely. Not the best of techniques, the way the batters are shaping away from those balls. Should maybe try and make sure that you flick it down. Of course, that way going down the leg is a scoring opportunity in a T20 match. I feel you don't want to just run away from it, but try and make sure that you follow the ball with the bat, so that you quickly capitalize and maybe pick up a boundary on that occasion. But not the very best of techniques. A bit of a slower but played up in the air. Chance to catch. A catch is taken and a third wicket there for Shree Sahajanand School. Brilliantly judged there by the fielder down at the cow corner area side of the boundary. Didn't move so many inches, but just got his body down the line, made sure that he completes that beautiful catch, and Shree Sahajanand have the third wicket. They've kept the plan nice and simple, keep the pressure on, and make sure that you get those catches with ease. Shree Sahajanand keeping themselves positive in the match. Very quick, but not the best of techniques there from the batter. That just passes below his blade. Anytime you could quickly edge that one away, but brilliantly executed there from the wicketkeeper to make sure that he doesn't let it run away. Goes for a slower, and that's played down the ground. They're running very quickly, but they will just settle for a single run. Good work done there by the fielder running in from the cow corner boundary to try and make sure that he doesn't let that one run away. This is the annual Boys Skyview Schools Cricket Week tournament. Tournament first played in 1986 and won by Busoga College Mwiri, the record champions. First time up and running here in Gulu City. Played up down to mid-off, but no chance to run. Batters keep themselves looking at each other. They don't take that run. Another slower, but a bit of a yoker length. Good stuff there from the batter, solid with his defense. And that marks the end of the 5th over. 25 for 3 is the score. Projected score 83 runs. If Rwenzori High School can maintain the way they are batting. Current run at 5.2. The batters have departed already. Rothomio Hidefield 1 of 4. Wambale Raymond 8 of 12. Mumbere Ken did not disturb the scorers anyway, 9 of 3. And batting now is Mumbere Newton 11 of 8. Terry Mumbere also has 1 of 2. 4 extras given away so far there by Shree Sahajanand. Mumbere, a name that we will hear commonly. We've seen 3 Mumberes already surfacing in the batting lineup, but a name named by a tribe called the Wakonjo down here in Uganda. Mumbere means the firstborn, But there is another bowling change there for Shree Sahajanand as Devansh Patel comes to bowl. Devansh Patel, son of Ritesh Patel, part of the players that played for Uganda under 19 in that under 19 World Cup qualifier that happened earlier this year in Nigeria. Unfortunately, Uganda being relegated, and they will start from the Division 2. But Devansh Patel, one of the players who did a lot of good work with the bat, he opened the batting in all the games that Uganda played in that tournament. Very, very known for his balls him this time round. The batter late to close his doors. You might feel that he covered himself when it was already day. Through his gates, and Devansh Patel strikes on the second delivery of his spell. Devansh Patel not known for bowling a lot, but of course in these schools tournaments, players try to make sure that they put up their all-round abilities. Come and do work with the ball, come and do work with the bat. But what a spell there from Devansh Patel to give his side the 4th wicket. Shree Sahajanand doing so many things right to try and make sure that they keep themselves in the game and close, keep themselves where they can quickly and easily pick up a victory. They came into this national tournament in style, donning that new jersey. Shree Sahajanand, very, very well known for wearing blue. And look at the jersey they were using last year, predominantly blue. But this time around, they have gone for that jersey which has some orange-like on the sleeves and collar. They've come in style to try and make sure that they put up a good performance at this year's Nationals. Batter there taking his time, trying to make sure that he gets his guard right. Devansh Patel still steaming in. That is played with some power, but a lot of precision. Straight to the field that covers. Mumbere Alvin is the new batter in. One Mumbere, Terry Mumbere departs, and another Mumbere Alvin walks in. Many firstborns in this team. Mumberes come from the Fort Portal City. That is a by run as indicated there by the power in delivering that one. It comes a bit quick, but the wicket keeper there not being very handy. The protection running down from the fine leg boundary not helping him to protect that one, and that one runs away for a boundary. Tries to play it, but doesn't get his bat onto it, and that marks the end of the over. End of over number 6. Devash Patel completing his spell. Well, there is some action happening in the domestic league. A do or die match between Catch Tigers and Sahajanand Lions. Whoever wins here is very high likely to win the championship in the UCA Men's Division 1. That match is happening at the iconic Entebbe Cricket Oval. Catch Tigers has won the toss and elected to bat first. Still speaking about that game, Catch Tigers coming to this game with 21 points from 13 games, whereas Sahajanand Lions have 20 points from 12 games. These two have been moving neck to neck since the season started. Synonymous things happening in the first legs, as both these teams had their game washed out and they walked out with a point each in their first league in their first league meeting. But just a confirmation there that Avengers and the Wanderers will be playing in the second division next year upon being relegated. Both playing their 14 matches, completing with 8 points each. But Wanderers sitting in the bottom spot on the table. The playoffs, still talking about the UCA Men's League, will be happening at another later yet to be communicated date, where Catch Tigers will be facing off against Mukono Warriors and Gem Sugar. Mukono Warriors will be facing off against Nile, and Gem Sugar will be facing off against Catch Tigers B. Whoever wins in the playoffs and the advances to the finals will be promoted to Division 1, and the final will be just played to see who walks out as champions. And they're still talking about the domestic leagues. Olida Cricket Club overcame the wrath of the defending champions, Rochester Cricket Club, a few weeks ago to win the Women's Champions Trophy. Still making some runs here is Rwenzori High School. Rwenzori High School, just a reminder, they are debutants in this tournament, coming in this tournament for the very first time, trying to put up a very good performance. 35 for 4, not a very bad position to stand in. Could milk some runs and get close to the 8 runs mark, then try and make sure that you bowl quite well and maybe defend that. These are the opening matches of yet another exciting edition of the Skyview Boys Schools Cricket Week Tournament, a tournament sponsored by Harris International under their brand Skyview. That is dabbed up in the air. Is a catch taken by the bowler, and another wicket there for Shree Sahajanand. Shree Sahajanand have now picked a half of the batters. Good work there. Try and make sure that they keep themselves in the game as well. $35 for 4 is where Rwenzori High School stands. Mombere Newton has been seeing the ball and he's been knocking it all over, putting a difference among all the batters that have walked in so far for the Rwenzori High School. 12 of 12, keeping that strike rate at 100. Good stuff there displayed by the youngster playing in the Nationals for his very first time, Mombere Newton. But I eventually caught and bowled by the bowler, hit Pindoria. Hit Pindoria, a son to Nanji Pindoria. Pindoria is a son to Nanji Pindoria. Nanji Pindoria plays for Kachi Tigers Cricket Club. But just a quick look at their batting lineup. I don't see him playing today. In that game which is happening between Kachi and Siren Lions. And just an update from that game, the score is 3-4 loss after 1.5 overs. Tries to play that one, but misses it completely, and that will mark the end of the over. 7 overs gone, and the Mount Rwenzori stand at 35 for 5. Looking at the scorecard, 10 extras already given away by Shree Sahajanand School, 4 of which are by runs and 6 of which are weights. You would feel that if you reduce those extras from the total, Mount Rwenzori could be having just 25 runs. And of course, in these junior tournaments, some of the games are won by the number of extras that are bowled. So we'd want to bowl well and not give away so many runs. And if you've just joined in, this match has been reduced to 16 overs due to a delayed start that was as a result of a damp wicket. Devansh Patel comes back to bowl. And just a reminder, this tournament is sponsored by Cricket Uganda, Harris International under their brand Skyview, Batball Uganda Limited also putting up a hand in making sure that you could get everything at the comfort of wherever you are. Devansh Patel bowled his first over and he managed to pick up a wicket. Now he comes back to bowl again. That is edged onto the wickets. A disappointing way to get out. If the youngster was just a bit clever, he could have kicked away that ball before it rolled to her stumps. But the umpire says that is clean bowled. He just connects it to his stumps and he will have to depart. A disappointing way to get out. Rwenzori High School lose their 6th wicket. Devansh Patel strikes again in his second over. He picked up a wicket in his first. And he's made sure that he comes and continues with the good work, picking it up from where he had left it. He got one angling into the stumps, not worked away by the batter. Just rattles the furniture. And the 6th wicket for Shree Sahajanand. Six wickets down already for Rwenzori High School. Rwenzori High School in their debut tournament. They come from Kasese. Yesterday Kasese had the Taskalite Marathon. I watched some exciting scenes happening down there. And of course from where we are having this game broadcasted, we see the ranges of the beautiful mountain Rwenzori, the highest mountain in Uganda, bordering Uganda and the Congo. I think it's one of the reasons that's why Fort Portal is one of the coldest cities around. $35 for 6. Tries to go for a full yorker there, Devansh Patel. But the batter also equal to the challenge. Just dabs it down the ground. Baluku Eminesim is the new batter in. One Baluku joins another Baluku at the crease. Baluku Eminesim joins Baluku Dalton down at the crease. The names here look very, very synonymous. Projected score now dropping down to 76 runs as the current run rate is 4.8. Devansh Patel now this time round going for one which is angling away from the batter. This is the 8th over of the game, and at the end of this over we shall be done with halfway of the innings. Remember, the game has been reduced to 16 overs aside. This time around, that's hit backward of the length, but edged. Schlock tries to stop that one. Hands in a good throw, but a single run is taken. Mount Rwenzori doing whatever it takes to make sure that they keep the scoreboard ticking, and that should be the plan here on T20 cricket. You need to minimize the dirty balls as much as you can. Get the runs and make sure that you put yourself in a good place. That dead ball marks the end of the over. And an update from the other grounds, Masaka Secondary School is 89 for 5 after 10.5 overs, taking on Good Heart Secondary School. Kira College Butiki is 47 for 9 after 11 overs, taking on Gulu High School. St. John Secondary School is 11 for 1 after 4.5 overs, taking on the hosts, Nyakashura School. King's College Budo is 17 for 1, taking on St. James Secondary School, as have been bowled. Also in the domestic league, Catch Tigers is taking on Soren Lions. Catch is 15 for no loss after 3.1 overs. Make sure that you don't miss anything as you continue enjoying these games. It's the first time we are coming here in Gulu City, where this year's nationals are being broadcasted live on the Cricket Uganda page. Just a quick look at the groups again. Group A, Jinja SS, Shree Sahajanand, Kira College Butiki, Masaka SS, Gulu High School, St. John High School Kauga, Good Heart Secondary School, Ntare School, Rwenzori High School, and Group B, Busoga College Muiri, St. John's SS Mukono, King's College Budo, Masindi Secondary School, Aga Khan High School, St. James SS Nyakashura School, and St. Joseph's College Laibi. You would get down to the comment section and tell us which one is a group of death. Just put your comment down there on. They look to be doing so many things right from the qualifiers. And for the 2 editions that were previously played at Jinja Secondary School in the eastern part of Uganda, Jinja SS managed to win both editions. And surprisingly, in a funny way, the first time Cricket Week was taken out of Kampala, being hosted at Muiri, so College Muiri won the trophy. You could quickly say that every time the Cricket Week has been hosted out of Kampala for the boys, the hosts have been winning. Maybe it's a time for the boys of Nyakashura to win this year. Spin in the attack there. We've seen only pace bowlers bowl so far in the game. But this time round, Shree Sahajanand going in for a spinner. The spinner is Pranshu Patel. Pranshu Patel, part of the team that played for Shree Sahajanand last year. That's played down to the mid wicket. They take that single, trying to make good use of the surface. Pranshu. I tell you something, when you see the way Shree Sahajanand has been playing their cricket, on their debut tournament last year, they came down and won regional trophies, beating Delhi in the finals. On their second stint, Devansh Patel has been on the form of his life, scoring centuries at his liberty and helping his side to win this year's Central Regional Trophy again in a game where they overcame St. John Secondary School, a school from Namuyenje. And where we are, I told you, Gulu main ground and Nyakashura main ground and Nyakashura ground are close to each other. The innings from the other ground have come to bed. In that game where Akira College Butiki has been taking on Gulu High School, just looking at the scores here, Akira College Butiki finishing their first innings. Played down the ground, but not played anywhere. Loud sounds of the bat, you'd feel that that's going some miles. End of over number 9, 44 for 6 is where Rwenzori High School stand after 9 overs. Game reduced to 16 overs, and we're now remaining with about 7 overs to complete the first innings of this game. New bowler introduced into the attack. Still going for another spinner. Good work there. Starts his spell with a dot ball. It's raining runs down in Australia. Chance to catch. Caught and bowled there. Soft dismissal as Shubnaye comes and makes impact right away, taking that catch and giving his side the 7th wicket. Baluku Eminesim will have to depart after scoring 4 of 10. Just flies up in the air there, Shub, and manages to give his side the 7th wicket. If you have just joined in, Shree Sahajanand School Uganda won the toss in this game and opted to bowl first, but they are putting up a show. Well, the only thing that takes away something from them is maybe the number of extras that they have given away. 15, quite many. But are still doing some good work there. 44 for 7. As I was telling you, it is raining runs in Australia. 3 centuries in the match so far where they are taking on South Africa. Australia won the toss and opted to bat first. Travis Head 142, Mitchell Marsh 100, Cameron Green still at the crease with 105. 409 for 2 is the score down in Australia after 48.1 overs. An interesting ODI matchup happening there. But South Africa have already won the 2 ODI matches that were played there. And Australia beat South Africa in that T20 series 2-1. Also just giving you some bit of history between Australia and South Africa. These two down in July were in the World Test Championship that was actually won by South Africa. And in the 2023 ODI World Cup, these two met in the semi-finals, where Australia managed to beat South Africa, went to the finals and beat India. A bit of an edge there, but doesn't carry down to the gully fielder. Shubnae doing some good work there. Bowling some balls away from the batters. This time round, that's pumped with some bit of power, but there is protection, though misjudged. It runs away for a boundary. He loses his anger and throws his hand at it. Fataki Gabriel Jr. gets off the mark with the boundary. What a stroke there from him to bring up 49 for his side. Another bit of short pitch delivery. I tell you something, when you look at the way these youngsters are applying themselves, you will feel that the plan by Uganda Cricket Association to try and decentralize the game is working out for them. Trying and make sure that they now send the game down into the hubs. The hubs have really been a dream come true when you look at the way these youngsters are applying themselves. Doing good work. Rwenzori High School, a school from the Western Hub where Coach Ivan Kakande and his team is doing a lot of good work. You would clearly see the way these kids are applying themselves. Well, that single brings up 50 runs for Rwenzori High School. Back into the bowling attack there is Patel Pranshu. I think Patel is one of the most common Indian names. 50-7 after 10.1 is where Rwenzori High School stands. Tries to go for a wild swing but misses it completely. The batter just not arranging his bat quite well. Projected score at 75 as the current run rate is 4.7. At one time in the game, the projected score was about 83 when the run rate was up at around 5.3. But Shree Sahajanand school has tried to minimize the rate at which they are conceding. Shouts of a stamping dismissal there, but a shake of the head there from the umpire saying the batter is in his ground. An exciting matchup happening here at Nyakasura main ground. Nyakasura main ground, right close to Nyakasura 2. I tell you, if you have some power, you can easily knock a 6 and it falls in the other ground. These two grounds very, very close to each other. But there is a bit of a mountain ranges in the background that you can quickly see when you're around this venue. Played up in the air, shouts of catch it but just fall short of the fielder. They run very quickly and just take that single. Some good awareness there from these boys of Mount Rwenzori. Okay, they exchange bats there. But they are doing a lot of good work to make sure that they get some runs here for the side. End of over number 11. After after 11 overs here at Gulu. After 11 overs here at Nyakashira main ground. The score is 51-7. Shubnai comes back to ball for Shree Sahajanand School. Solid defensive shot there from the batter. Tries to drive it but doesn't make contact. Two dots in the over. Try and make sure that he keeps things there. This time round, a bit of a top edge. Down to the fast slip area. They run very quick and manage to pick up that single. Trying to make sure that they capitalize on every run scoring opportunity that comes their way. Rwenzori High School. Good thinking there from Shubnai. Just bowling it wide of the batter. In the afternoon at 2 p.m., the game that will be live on your screens will be between Gulu High School taking on St. John's High School, Kauga. But in the other games, Rwenzori High School have a double header today. They will cross to Nyakashura too, just close here, and they will take on Ginger Secondary School. Masindi SS will take on Aga Khan at Kanoni Apollo 1, whereas Goodwood Secondary School will take on Shree Sahajanand School, Uganda at Kanoni Apollo 2 ground. St. Joseph's College Laibi will take on Busoga College Mwiri at Slake 1 Oval. End of the over. Good stuff there from Shubnai. Just giving away one run in this over. And that keeps the score to 53-7 after 12 overs. Just 4 overs remaining to complete the first innings of the game. Shree Sahajanand going back to their peak bowlers. They go back to their opening bowler, Shlok Dalwadi. Starts with a bit of a yorker, but that's played down to the long on boundary. Goes for a slower, but equal to the challenges. The batter plays it down to the cow corner. They run very quickly and take up that single, making sure that they capitalize on every chance to score runs, making sure that they get as many as they can. Milking some runs here and there. That is missed by the wicket keeper. They run very quickly and manage to get that run. This time round he goes full. Try to execute a slower. They run very quickly. A bit of a fumble there by the bowler on his end. And the two batters complete a double. Makerere College School hosted a very big fraction of many of those editions that were played since 1986. The umpires already back in the middle, Jeremy Abalo and Saddam Oyaga, to take us through the second innings of the game. "67 runs to get from as many as 16 overs if the champions of the Central Regions had pick up their first victory in this tournament." I came back from the first innings with a bit of a hiccup, but I hope you can bear with me. First ball, tries to smash it away, but just misses it. Devansh Patel opening the batting there for Shree Sahajanand. He scored 2 centuries in the Central Region qualifiers. Just a bit of an edge there, and that runs down to the fine leg boundary. Good stop there from the fielder in the deep. It doesn't become very, very easy for his side to concede those runs. Hit Pindoria and Devansh Patel are the opening batters there for Shree Sahajanand School. And Kule Peter has the ball for Rwenzori High School. The West meets the Central Region here in this game. Rwenzori High School playing in this tournament for the very first time. That is a bit full and punished by Hit Pindoria. Hit Pindoria, the son of Nanji Pindoria, plays that one past the point area to pick up a first boundary in this chase. Good stroke there. First boundary already coming in the first over. Another one there played down to the fine leg boundary there. And a bit of a farm in the deep there to give them a chance to capitalize and take that run. That will go down the leg for a wide, but aggression there very, very clear from Devansh Patel. Devansh Patel, son of Ritesh Patel. This time round he connects it and manages to get another boundary there for his side. Good shot there, just raises up with the length. Plays it backward of the square and manages to pick up a boundary there for his side. Devansh Patel has been on a very good form. He scored 99 in the final, and I just received a message from his dad reminding me that his son scored 3 centuries in the Central Region qualifiers. But good work there being done for Shree Sahajanand School. Devansh Patel, one of the players I've seen for quite some time. He's worked his way out there. Of course, takes his father has an indoor facility, a bowling machine at home. So he has that leisure and liberty to get some coaching from their home. Also synonymously, Devansh Patel plays in the same cricket club with his father Ritesh Patel, and that is Premier Cricket Club, where Devansh plays as an opening batter. Good work there being done to try and make sure that he helps Shree Sahajanand School to pick up the first victory. Many teams come as contenders, but as early as match day 3, the mathematics of these tournaments always change. Another one connected quite well will beat all the fielders and it will run away. I told you Nyakashura main and Nyakashura 2 are very close to each other. But another boundary there for Devansh Patel in the over. Grabbing the bull by the horns, not giving anything away. Making sure that his side chases in no time. End of over number 1. 15 for no loss is the score after one over. .52 runs from 90 balls with 10 wickets at hand at a required run rate of 3.47. No ball call there from the umpire, and that still runs away for a boundary. Is a pickings there for Shree Sahajanand School. And now hit Pindoria will have a chance to try and make sure that he capitalizes on this free hit, unlike the unlimited format of the game where a no ball just gives a run, and the short formats, one day international and T20 plus the T10 and the 100 balls you pay with a free hit. Hit Pindoria will be looking at making sure that he capitalizes on this one. Swings hard, but his protection at mid wicket, he doesn't capitalize on this chance. No run is taken off that free hit. Well, just a few days ago, about a week, Uganda Cricket Association held a high performance meeting to try and make sure that they assess themselves, talking about the coaches who attended that high performance meeting that was actually held at a Hotel Africana down in Kampala, where the South African Koza was invited to talk to some of the high performance coaches, managers, physiotherapists who attended that meeting down at Africana, try and make sure and review. One of the things that I remember from Edward Koza, the high performance manager, was delivering one of his lessons. Of course, I didn't have a formal invitation, but I managed to sneak myself in and had him say that in a Formula 1 game, there is always a man who changes the tires of the Formula 1 cars in about 2 seconds. But that man is not always appreciated. So that is part of the roles that are done by development. A lot of coaches toss as many balls as you could think, make sure that they fine-tune these players. But a lot of glory and praises always go to the national teams. People always look and assess and see how the national team is performing. But some of these development programs, like the Cricket Weeks, regional qualifiers, bringing the young players, the young athletes together to make sure that they play in these conditions. Of course, making sure that these players get used to some of these conditions. Decentralization of the game still taking shape. We see now the hubs doing a lot of good work. The Central Hub, Western Hub, Sorot Cricket Academy, the Nile Hub. the Northern's Cricket Hub, all doing some good work. Easy pickings there from Hit Pandoria. And a no ball call there from the umpire. Looks like that was an overstepping no ball there. And Hit Pindoria will have a chance to capitalize and pick up maybe another boundary there for his side. We saw him miss getting runs off a free hit. And now he has chance to free up his arms. Free hit. Wide. And the free hit will stand. Edward Koza, the high performance manager there, making sure that he took the people who attended the high performance meeting there through what happens in development, how Cricket South Africa has done it, try and make sure that they keep themselves up on the top. When you look at the way they have monitored many of their players playing from the junior, when you look at all the players who played in that World Test Championship final, only one player had never represented South Africa in the junior tournaments. Of course, South Africa facilitate themselves during many of their activities, and that should be the shape for Cricket Uganda. How can we package this game to try and make sure that we get some value out of it? Of course, cricket is a product that you would quickly love to try and make sure that you sell to many people. There is a bit of a break, you're not missing anything. The umpire is just attending to the wicket-keeper. The wicket-keeper tried to chip in some effort to save that one from running away, but he hurt himself in the due course. Devansh Patel and Hit Pindori are still in there for the side. 28 for no loss after 1.4 overs, and 39 needed in as many as 86 balls. Just looking at what is happening, Abojo taking on Tornado Bees Cricket Club at the Center Park in Kamengo. That is the UCA Men's Division 1 game. Tornado Bees 31 for no loss after 5.1 overs. Catch Tigers taking on Sidon Lions at Entebbe Cricket Oval in a match which is likely to determine who will win the championship this year. 64 for 3 is where Catch Tigers stand, having won the toss and opted to bat first. 15.1 overs have been bowled. But also looking around on what is happening in the other games, King's College Ibudo taking on St. James Secondary School. King's College Ibudo has been bowled out for just 33 runs in 8.5 overs. The chase is on, and St. James has 4 for no loss after 0.5 overs. St. John Secondary School Mukono taking on Nyakashura. St. John 72 for 8 after 18.1 overs. Still in the first innings down there. Kida College Butiki taking on Gulu High School. Kida College Butiki got bowled out for just 48 runs in 12.2 overs. And Gulu High School has 47 for 5. Just 2 runs there for Gulu to pick up the first victory. Masaka Secondary School was bowled out for 138 runs in 19.1 overs. And Good Heart Bugembe down there with the chase. 1 for no loss. A boundary there, as this time round Hit Pindoria manages to capitalize on that free hit. Plays it very nicely and picks up a boundary. from Nyakashura to Gulu High School have been the first team to pick up a victory at this year's Nationals. Chasing down 48 runs in that game. Of course, when you're seated here at Nyakashura ground, you don't miss action. You just take a glimpse at everything as it happens. Kira College Butike handed a loss down there. But back to the game. Balls him. Hit Pindoria, tries to play that one to the onside, misses it. And Rwenzori High School, despite the way the runs have been flowing, will have something to celebrate. Good work there done by the bowler. Hit Pindoria, covering himself when it's already day. He will depart. Shot. That is in the slot there for Devansh Patel. He manages to smack it down to the boundary. Devansh Patel looking very, very strong. Playing those balls backward of the square. He manages to knock that one for a boundary. And that marks the end of the over. Good work there being done by Shree Sahajanand School. Trying to chase it in no time. Pick the first victory. Go take a rest because they have another game in the afternoon. So you don't need to use a lot of energy. Do the easy things with a lot of ease. Go take a rest, shower off the sweats, and make sure that you come back strong to play yet another game. This is the annual Boys Skyview Schools Cricket Week Tournament happening here at Nyakashura School. The first time we are seeing this prestigious tournament being played in the Western region. It used to be a dome for the tournament being hosted in Kampala until the organizer thought of decentralizing the game, taking it to Mwiri in 2022 and taking it to Jinja Secondary School in 2023 and 2024. Speed introduced the attack, played Down to the extra cover area, there is a fielder. Good work. Only a single taken. That's the new man who has just walked in. Sharad Vekaria. For us who believe in synonymous things, the time Busoga College Muli hosted, they managed to win the trophy. Jinja SS hosted it twice and they won those two editions. That's 2024 and 2023. I can quickly say that maybe this is the time for Nyakashura to shine. They are one of the sites that you cannot quickly rule out of this context. That is marked up. Should be the first maximum in the game. A good looking pickup shot there from Devansh Patel. Just waiting for the confirmation of the signal from the umpire. The umpire still taking some time there before he confirms the score. Yeah, but that's the maximum there from Devansh Patel. First one in this game. What a shot there. Just clears the cow corner area. Goes for the same shot. This time round, played even nicer. Just angled towards the deep mid-wicket area. He clears the boundary and manages to pick up another maximum. Good shot there from Devansh Patel. Devansh Patel, and for the under 19 team, trying to show his finesse and class, taking on the boys from Kasese. I tell you, the spinner has been brought into the attack, but is paying for the price. 3 back-to-back maximums there from Devansh Patel. What a way to baptize the spinner there with fire. Devansh Patel not playing with the business, just making sure that he gets the runs for his side in quick time. This tournament is sponsored by Harris International. Harris International have many products, and this is the 4th year running that they've made sure that they give us some sponsorship. But you can go to any shops around the towns and make sure that you get their products. They have beverages in form of drinks, including Skyview Apple, Skyview Fruity, Skyview Orange, and Crystal Natural Mineral Water. They also make some biscuits plus some cakes. So make sure that you support Skyview, because Skyview is supporting junior cricket. So when you support them, we are in business. But also Batibo Uganda Limited. Just a few months ago, they had the Batibo Max tournament being broadcasted at the iconic Logogo Cricket Oval. This tournament started with the Open editions, including the Nile Open, Eastern Open, Northern Open, and Western Open, plus the Central Open. The good teams from the various regions went and played in the Batibo X tournament, a special edition that featured a team that came from Kigali, the Rwanda emerging team. But we saw the Nile Leopards, the Northern Rhinos, the Central Buffaloes being the 4 teams that took part in that edition. And later we had the Batibo Max, where the teams were given names that are actually picked from precious stones, including ruby, emerald, gold, and sapphire. This Batibo Max was a nice one of its kind, where we saw some international players, including Collins Obeya, a Kenyan international, Didier Kubimana, Inyans Nsirenganya, Zapi Morris Menyimana, those 3 coming from Rwanda, joining the fine players in Uganda to feature in that one. We are back up and running. 2 wides there. just an issue with our scorecard. That's why it's been put off the screen. Making here. Just guides it with the bat. Not the best techniques there to stop the ball. You don't want to be using your feet. But he manages to recover. Oh no. That run is away for a boundary. As soon as he missed it on the first timing. Oh, umpire there taking his time to confirm his signals. Uganda Cricket Association will be rebranding from Uganda Cricket Association to Cricket Uganda. Of course, we've started seeing a few new wires that are having the new logo. This came as a result of the Sports Act, where all the sports federations in Uganda have to try and make sure that they align with that act. Came with change of name and logo. So for those who have been loving calling the association Uganda Cricket Association, it will now change to Cricket Uganda. Hopefully, as the women's national team head to Windhoek, Namibia, just a couple of weeks from now, not even a couple of weeks, just a few days from now, they should be flying out of Uganda on the 28th to go and participate in the ICC Women's Africa Finals down at the High Performance Center in Namibia. The top two teams in that tournament will earn tickets to the Globals. So Uganda needs to be playing and making sure that they get a spot on top. Another bowler there coming in to bowl for Rwenzori High School. Devansh Patel. Just taking his time there, the bowler, try and make sure that he gets to a correct run up. Before he comes in to deliver. Days from now, we'll be having the Batbo X tournaments happening in the different regions. Good stop there from the fielder backward of the square. Played down to the extra cover. There is a fielder, chance to run two. Good throw, but 2 runs are taken eventually. I tell you, the 3 maximums in the previous over have changed the body language of these players of Rwenzori High School. They somehow look like they have started to concede defeat. They've been backing up the bowlers, but that's not happening now. Played up in the air, chance to catch, but it will fall in the no man's land. And I'll give you an update from Australia, where the Aussies are taking on South Africa. Australia posted 431 for 2. South Africa is 34 for 2. Just trying to look at the scorecard. Another wicket there falls. the danger man Devansh Patel will have to depart. But you'd feel that at this moment of the game, he's done a lot of good work for his side and put them very close to victory. He's an informed batsman that you cannot quickly rate out of the equation. Rwenzori High School will have something to celebrate. And in Australia, at the crease now is Temba Bavuma, the captain for South Africa's ODI team and Test team, batting alongside Tony Dizozi. Aiden Makaram and Ryan Rickleton have already departed. Typical house approach. 413, just that if you can. I know some South African fans will be feeling bad based on where South Africa stands. We have some friends who typically support this South African side. Jeff Mwesugwa Kasozi, Bob McCoy Songa. But on any day I will rally with the yellows of Australia. Well, that is that for the game. We've come to the end of the match. Shree Sahajanand School picking up victory. And as soon as we call it a match, Temba Bavuma departs for South Africa. A few issues with the scores, but I'll just take you around on what's happening at the other grounds before we call it a match. King's College Ibudo posted 33 all out and they are at the brink of losing. St. James Secondary School at 26 for no loss. Well, King's College Ibudo playing without their captain Edward Mugwanya, who has been in Nairobi with the Push Cricket Academy under-17 team that actually won the Obeya Cricket Tournament unbeaten, being crowned champions yesterday. Hopefully he's back in Uganda and should be looking at making his way down to football to come and save his side. St. John Secondary School 79 for 9 in 20 overs. Nyakasura School, the hosts, will need 80 runs to pick up if they had pick up the first victory in the game. Masaka SS 138 all out. They are now all over Good Heart Secondary School. Good Heart is 12 for 5. That is that, ladies and gentlemen. We've come to the end of this game. But action will happen again in the afternoon. Just taking a glimpse here at the fixtures. In the afternoon at this very ground, the broadcasted game will be between Gulu High School, who picked up the first victory against Kira College Butiki, taking on St. John's High School Kauga. My name is Evan Cyprian Sajabia in the comms. From me and the great production team, we take a short break and we'll be back for the afternoon game, which will be starting at 2 p.m. Make sure that you keep it Cricket Uganda. Turn on our notification, subscribe, and make sure that you don't miss any action, because we'll be telling you everything as it happens here in Fort Portal City. Bye for now.